We start by reviewing what meds you're on. We have no allergies besides just the thimerosal sensitivity. Abilify is 5 milligrams, right?
Correct.
Okay, so we'll get the 4 off of there. I think that confused there, right?
Yeah, I think that's when we first started out.
Yeah, exactly. And the clonidine is you take 2 tablets at bedtime?
Yeah.
Okay. And Ativan, a tablet at noon, and then as needed if you get agitated, right?
Right.
Okay. And I know we just refilled that the other day.
Yes.
I remember that.
Yes,
So,
because I send a bottle to school and I only take out enough pills for the weekend.
mhm.
Completely forgot about spring break, so all of his meds were at school. And I'm like, I'm not gonna have enough to last now.
You're the
because-
second parent who's told me that this
I'm
week,
like,
so
oh my goodness.
spring break caught up everybody by
It
surprise.
did. It caught me off guard this year.
Yeah. And then are you still taking melatonin at bedtime?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Of course.
6 milligrams?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Is there anything else that I forgot?
I don't think so. That's pretty much it, isn't it, buddy?
Right.
Okay. Good. All right. Well, tell me how things have been going.
Everything's been going great.
How's school going?
It's awesome.
Yeah?
He's doing great.
Yeah.
What grade are you in school this year, Andrew?
I'm a junior
Okay.
in high school.
All right. And your junior year is going well?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. What do you like about school?
Well, I like the drama class, that's for sure.
Oh, okay. Oh, I can see that. Yeah. You would be good at that.
Yes, my little entertainer here.
Yeah.
What kind of plays have you put on?
Well,
Tell her about your improv.
my improv,
Hmm.
I'm about to do it when I come back from spring break.
Okay.
My improv character is a Japanese game show host.
He's hilarious. You should, and he put it all together himself.
Cool.
It's hilarious.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Maybe at the end you'll do a little bit for me.
Okay.
Okay? At the end,
You don't know what you're getting.
you can do it for me while I'll grab the blood pressure machine. And
Okay.
so while we're doing that, you can do that, okay?
Well, and tell her what you did last week when you went to karaoke with Mom.
Last week when I went to karaoke, I sang the song Turning Japanese by the Vapors.
He was pitch perfect.
Really?
Quite the little entertainer. He had the entire place rolling and clapping, and
Wow, good for you.
they had fun, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And school behavior is good? Okay.
He's doing really well. I mean,
Okay.
he's had a few minor outbursts, but he's been pretty good about trying to
Okay.
calm himself down and regulate himself.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do you calm yourself down and get yourself under control again?
Usually I would just take deep breaths and try to think of something positive
Okay.
instead of negative.
Okay. Good. And how about at home? Are you having any behavior concerns at home?
You know, just the occasional outburst, but
Mhm.
he's so much better
Okay.
than he used to be.
Right.
And can I brag a little bit?
Alright.
Okay, ordinarily when we want him to learn something or to get desensitized to something, you know,
Mhm.
we do the desensitization
Mm-hmm.
or we do the repetitive teaching. This time I didn't try to desensitize him. I
Mhm.
tried reasoning with him as to why
Okay.
he should be. He's a grown man now,
Mm-hmm.
and I have been shaving him with just a standard bladed razor. And his dad bought him an electric razor for his birthday. But he, ever since being very small, is kind of afraid of the noises and
mhm.
whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And just, you know, very apprehensive about it.
Mhm.
So today, we decided he was going to use the electric razor for
Okay.
this appointment.
Mm-hmm.
And I did not have to use an enforcer.
Okay.
We just reasoned through it.
Mhm.
He was very, very apprehensive about it, even resisted quite a bit at first.
Mm-hmm.
But then after we discussed it, and he thought about it, he said, okay, let's try it. And then after he tried it, what did you say?
It was awesome.
So now what can you do by yourself?
Shave my
Shave.
face.
Wow, that's great.
That's
great.
awesome. Because-
Yes.
Because
And it looks good.
he did a good job.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very good.
Yeah.
Very nice job.
Thank you.
So you didn't mind the noise and it felt
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah, that's right. I did not mind the noise at all.
Okay, good.
It was
That's great.
incredible to watch because, you know, all these years we've had to do the positive reinforcement of desensitizing.
Mhm.
This time it was like, okay, we're having a conversation. We're just going to reason this out.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
He was really brave because I know those sounds are scary
Yeah.
to him because they're like super loud,
Loud.
Yeah.
Mhm.
and the
Yeah.
vibration is like
Right.
hyper
Mhm.
from what I have.
Mhm.
And he did awesome, so pretty proud, huh?
Good job.
Pretty proud
Great.
of you.
The few outbursts and things that you see now, what happens during those?
Well, I don't know how much of that's autism and how much is a teenage
You
boy
do? Okay.
rebelling at his mother.
Okay.
When you have an 18-year-old boy that wants his way and
Okay.
a mother that wants hers, and we're both
Mhm.
pretty stubborn, usually he'll yell.
Okay.
He has been very good at not being physically
Okay.
aggressive.
Good.
It's just usually verbal.
Mm-hmm.
If he gets too upset and he can't seem to calm himself down, or I can't convince him to go to his room and calm
Mhm.
down. He's really good about, okay, Andrew, I think you're agitated. Let's take an Ativan. And, okay, Mom.
Okay. Okay. How often are you having to use it?
Oh, that's really, really rare.
Okay.
I think I've had to use it
Good.
once, maybe twice since the last time we were here.
Okay. Great. Good.
He's been awesome, haven't you?
And that dose at school
He does keep that daily dose,
that still
yes.
seems to be working. Okay.
It really helps him get through the second part of his day.
Okay. Mhm.
Because he takes it at lunchtime.
Mhm.
And he tries so hard to keep himself together and act
Mhm.
appropriately at school that I think it really helps him kind of
Yeah.
keep it together.
Mhm.
And then when he gets home, it's hilarious to watch him like let loose. He's like, okay, I'm home. But you know you can be yourself at home, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Good. Good. And academically,
It's doing
doing
well.
well.
Yeah.
Okay.
What grades are you getting?
A's and B's.
And this is
Great.
regular curriculum.
Okay.
It's not adapted for him.
Great.
He is completing 11th grade coursework on his own.
Very
Smarter
good.
than his mother. I can't help him with homework anymore. Can I?
What do you think? What do you want to do after you graduate from high school?
Well, I was thinking of, well, you know, I was thinking of becoming a YouTuber, like all those.
He really wants to be an entertainer.
I
Okay.
want to be an entertainer.
But we have discussed maybe learning some computer graphics.
Okay.
something
Computer
to
graphics
that
to
effect.
add to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. That's just
That would help if you would learn how to use computers to do.
Yeah, so
Great field.
so maybe with computer technology and communications, I could get those degrees with what kind of college? I'm just curious.
Well, honey, we're working with your counselor on that one, and what we
Okay.
can do, what courses we can take online, what
Okay.
courses we may have to go to community college for.
Okay.
Okay.
Mhm.
But, you know, you gotta hang out with your mom for a few more years.
Right.
Okay. Well, good. It sounds like you've got some plans and
We're trying, huh?
been thinking about that. You mentioned that you are considering going for guardianship.
Yeah, we actually are through the process. My son-in-law's an attorney.
Right. Oh, that's right. And he
which
did
is
send.
really,
Yeah.
really, really
And
nice.
he
He's
did
been
send
for legal.
paper. We did the paperwork.
Right, he
That's
sent
right.
the
Yeah.
paperwork. We just do not have the court date yet.
Okay.
So we're kind of
Mhm.
waiting for the court date. Everybody signed off, even
Mhm.
Dad.
Okay.
So it's just a formality at this point.
Good.
Before the court.
Mhm.
Right.
And he has decided, yes, he knows that when it comes to money and taking care of himself, you need a little help, right?
And that's why I have you, Mom.
That's right. That's why you have me. I'll keep you in line, dude.
How do you think your medicine's working?
It's going great.
Okay. Good. 2 thumbs up, huh?
Right.
All right. Good. Mood seems to be pretty stable and level.
He's a little hyper
Okay.
lately. but it's a positive mood.
Okay,
And I can deal with the positive hyper Andrew.
okay,
That's always been,
Right.
we're all kind of hyper at the house anyway.
Yeah.
okay. So for him, being hyper is kind of
He paces
pace.
a lot.
Okay,
Paces.
Okay.
I mean,
And
he
it's-
puts more miles on his feet at home.
Okay.
Than a car would.
I'm serious. He puts in a lot of mileage.
is that all day or just part? At certain times
Usually
of
when
the
he
day?
gets home from school.
Okay.
And then,
Okay.
he really is not able to just sit still.
Okay,
Like if he's watching a show or playing, he'll get up and down. And up and
Okay.
down.
Yeah, I
That's right.
multitask.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what he calls it, multitasking.
okay,
I call it exercising in between things.
okay. Now at school, do you have trouble staying in your seat for class?
No.
No? Okay.
No, and I think that's
Okay.
part of it is,
He's
you know, he
using
holds
that
it
energy.
together so well at
Mhm.
school because he knows he has to. That when he's home, you know, he's free to be. He's
Right.
free to be himself, and if he needs to bounce around to calm down, then
Okay.
bounce around. He's not hurting anything, right?
All right.
All right.
Until you knock me over, because you're kind of big. That's
Anxious, worried
Sorry.
about things?
You can, if you're worried about something, you can tell her.
I'm fine most of
Okay.
the time, but usually if there's something very important in my life that I have to accomplish, and I'm afraid I might not be able to,
Okay.
I eventually will, and I have in the past.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you do a good job. The only thing he's been really a little anxious about, there's not a whole lot he can do about it or I can do about it right now, is I'm still not employed.
Okay.
So things are really, really tight.
Okay.
He's not used to that. He's
Mhm.
not used to, hey mom, can you take me to McDonald's? Hey mom, can you go get this video game? He's not used to mom having to say, can't do
Mhm.
it.
Mm-hmm.
So that stresses him.
Okay.
Because he has no control over that,
Mm-hmm.
but he's handling it really well.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
He's
Good.
doing a really good job understanding, okay, those are all the chips you get until next payday.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Okay.
Right.
Okay. Good. Some people worry about weather or storms or insects. Any of those kind of things bother you?
No, I'm not scared of anything anymore.
Okay.
Spiders still gross me out,
Okay.
but they don't scare me
Okay.
anymore.
Yeah, they gross
Okay.
me out
And
too,
storms, I'm not afraid of storms anymore, but still I hate it when the power goes out because of them.
Yes, I think we all do. Okay. Good. And how are you sleeping at night?
Pretty well.
Good.
I'm a deep sleeper.
Are you? Okay. Falling asleep pretty quickly with your medicine?
Yeah.
Okay.
Doing well.
Okay, staying asleep well at night, not waking up and getting up and doing anything.
No, I mean,
Okay.
every once in a great while, he'll get up and go to the bathroom, but he usually just goes straight back to bed.
Okay,
Right.
He's
good.
been doing really,
Okay.
really well.
And how about your appetite? How's that?
It's good.
Okay, you're certainly growing.
Yeah.
Any concerns about diet, about food choices, or
Well, he's still an extremely selective eater.
okay,
Yeah.
But he does, like I've said, he does eat from each one of the food groups.
Okay.
It's just a select
Mhm.
number of things from each food group.
Okay.
I've stopped obsessing about that a long time
Time you
ago.
go. Okay.
Because as long as his blood work comes back okay and he's healthy,
Mhm.
if he wants to only eat apples,
Okay.
you know,
Mhm.
as his fruits, apples and pears, and he used to do grapes, but now the skin gets in my teeth, Mom.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like that. All right. And any problems going to the bathroom? Any diarrhea, constipation, stomach aches?
Well, he's had a flu bug recently,
Okay.
but not on a normal basis when he's not sick. He's been doing pretty well.
Okay.
Right.
Good. And you're healthy now. You're all recovered from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
A little bit of sinus still going on, but I
Okay.
don't know how much of that is seasonal
Seasonal allergies, congestion, runny nose, that kind of
Mhm,
stuff.
yeah.
Okay.
He's been pretty good.
Good. Any unusual movements? Trembling, shaking, stiffness?
Haven't seen any of that.
Perfect.
Not since
I know.
scary time.
I know. Have a seat up there on the table for me. Let's see how you're doing.
It's so cute to see the two of you next to each other.
My gosh, you can almost just stand there and sit down. Oh, let me grab my stethoscope. That would help.
You really can.
Right.
I have to make him sit down so I can help him comb his hair.
Oh, I can see why. Jeez.
It's great in the kitchen though. Andrew, can you reach out?
Yeah. Big breath for me. Again. Excellent. All right, sit back for me for just a second. I'm going to look in eyes and ears and just all the good stuff. All right, stay over there at the computer. Right there. There you go. Try not to look at my light. Perfect. I'll try not to strangle you. Very good. All right, watch my finger with just your eyes. Perfect. Very good. Now, were you on spring break this whole week, or is it coming up for you?
I have been on spring break all this week.
Okay. Some people are on spring break next week, so that's why I asked. Did you do anything fun?
Not very much.
Nope.
No. He did go to karaoke with Mom, which he doesn't
Okay.
usually do because of school. And where are we going tonight?
Karaoke, same place.
Oh,
He
fun.
sings
Hang on one
so
second.
well.
Don't stand up because I can't reach you then. Say ah for me.
All
right. Very good. Okay. And now, before you stand up, show me how steady your arms are. Like that. Very good. All right. Sit down for me. Perfect. Well,
Good job.
there we go. I think you are doing great.
He's
This
pretty
seems
awesome.
to be a great dose of the Abilify. It is nice and low. The clonidine and melatonin seem to be working pretty well. So
Doing great.
I think you're doing really well. Let me double check if you're due for any lab work. It did not tell me that when I logged on, but
No, I don't think it was that long ago that we've done it, but
yeah,
time.
you've got another visit before it'll.
Okay.
So good.
Thank you.
Okay.
I need a new prescription for Abilify.
For the Abilify? Okay. Yeah, it looks like that. And the clonidine looks like we did a month or two ago, so
Right, we just
Okay.
did a refill on that.
so that we do the Abilify. And all right. Let me see here. Let's see if we've got your pharmacy. Kroger.
Kroger and Market.
Yep. All right. So I'll go ahead and put that in, and then I'll do this, and I'll go grab the blood pressure cuff, and then you can do your improv as I'm getting that set up. How's that? What are you going to sing for karaoke tonight? Do you know?
Turning Japanese by the Vapors.
And then
Okay.
the second song is usually what? By the Archies.
Yeah, Sugar Sugar by the
Oh,
Archies.
okay. Wow, that's an oldie but goodie.
He does it so well too.
And if I ever get a third song, Ace in the Hole.
Okay.
By George Strait. And then what's the other one you like to do? Scott McCree's The Trouble with Girls.
Yeah.
Had a good repertoire there.
And was it Burgers and Fries and Cherry Pies?
That one was by, who sang
I
that
don't
song?
remember who does that. It's a country song. It's an old one. It's older than your mother.
Oh, was that Charlie Pride? Charlie
Right,
Pride.
it was Charlie Pride. Thank you. He has a better memory than his mother too.
Yeah.
Now, if I could just teach you to count cards and take you to Vegas.
There you go. You've got he can do some good calculations in his head, but
Better than me. And for his birthday, where did we go? went to Dave.
Dave and Buster's.
Yeah, went to Dave
Oh.
and Buster's. And I have to tell you a funny story. There's parts of it I'll leave out because he's in the room. But there was a game where it's multiplayer trivia.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just say he really won.
I'll bet.
Yeah, big time.
Big time? Yeah, you're good at that, huh?
And he proved a social point, which I'll explain later.
Okay.
Yeah,
Let's just say the other teenagers were not very accepting of the disability and made some comments.
Oh, really?
But he didn't hear them, and my son-in-law is very, very patient and knew his ability, so he just sat back and watched the humor unfold. And he really whipped their butts, didn't you?
right.
Yeah. Good for you.
Yeah, it worked out pretty good.
All right, let me go grab
I was proud of you.
the blood pressure machine,
Are you gonna do your improv?
and then you can,
Right.
hang on, I'll go grab the blood pressure machine, and then while I'm getting it set up, you can do that. How's that? Okay?
Okay.
All right, so hang tight for just a sec. All right.
You're killing me, son.
Make sure that turn on for me. Maybe. There we go. All right. There for me. Oh. All right, stop that. Sorry. There we go. All right.
Like moms.
Now wait a minute, it's not going down here for me, so. The nurses usually do this, but they're all off today, so.
Of course they are, 'cause it's Good Friday.
I know. Do you guys have plans for Easter?
I plan to make a dinner.
Yeah? Okay. Well, that's a good plan. That's a
We
good
plan
plan.
to eat lots of candy.
Yeah? You have favorite Easter candy?
Smarties.
Smarties. You're not a chocolate Easter egg?
I also like Hershey's chocolate bars.
Okay.
But his big candy is Smarties.
Smarties.
Always has
Okay.
been.
Those are good.
When he was 3 and we started ABA, that was
That was the thing,
that
huh?
was his primary
Smarties.
reinforcer.
Okay.
Smarties and chips.
Okay. And the Smarties have stayed, huh?
Right.
And so have the chips.
Chips. What kind of chips do you like?
Ruffles.
Okay. 127 over 67.
Oh, that's a good one.
Perfect. Got to write it down.
Well,
'Cause-
somehow.
All right. Great.
I said it was improv because he's really, really funny doing it. But he has such a beautiful singing voice that I think he should sing.
Maybe I should do both at the same time.
Okay, that might be hard. that might be hard.
Unless you do turning Japanese and then do the Japanese game show host in between verses. I don't know.
There you go. There you
Maybe
go.
I
You
should
can do that.
both. I should do that act.
That would be
Okay.
hilarious. Because you're kind of funny.
Is there anything more that I appreciate you guys being part of this to help
You're
teach
welcome.
medical students? Is there anything that you'd like them to know about healthcare for Andrew, or about that? Anything?
Well, of course, each child's different, but Andrew specifically doesn't tell me he's sick until he's very sick.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't tell me he's in pain until it's excruciating. And a lot of times he doesn't even realize that
Mm-hmm.
he's in pain until it's gone on for a while.
Wow. Mm-hmm.
But I think one of the biggest challenges for me was when he was first diagnosed. Everybody dismissing his symptoms as it's just autism.
Mm-hmm.
If he has diarrhea and he has GI symptoms, there's a medical cause.
Mhm.
Autistic children have medical problems.
Mm-hmm.
Don't dismiss it as an autism, oh, autistic kids have that.
Mm-hmm.
That and I realized that they're going through intensive training, but you have to listen to the parents. You have to listen to the
Mhm.
mother's gut instinct as to what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Because there were a lot of times where I didn't know what it was, but I just knew something wasn't right.
Mm-hmm.
And before we met you and going through that host of doctors, I can read parts of his charts that say it was the mother. You know, there was nothing wrong with this child but his mother. She's too weak to say no. Well, what they didn't understand was I could say no. He didn't understand what no meant.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and so if there's a concern, take it serious, look
Mhm.
into it, and don't dismiss it as autism.
Right.
Right?
Do you have anything
Right.
to add?
What do you want them to know about taking care of you?
Well, for anyone who wants to know more about taking care of autistic guys who are at the high end of the spectrum like me, I say never give up on your dreams and always go for the golden goal.
All right.
Good job.
Good job. Great. Well, keep up the good work.
Okay.
You were doing
He's doing
fantastic.
awesome.
Yes.
He's doing awesome. I'm so proud.
I'm thrilled. Yes. So
Because we've gone up, down, up, down, up, down.
I know.
With this boy.
I know we've had our ups and downs, but this is a great
Yeah, we're
place.
on the up.
Yeah.
Well, one of the things is every time he goes through a really bad down,
Mhm.
he comes out the other side better than he was before
mhm.
he went down.
Mhm.
So I often have hypothesized
Mhm.
that it's like an electrical wire, or like
Mhm.
those neurons are
Yeah.
trying to fuse, and they're
Mhm.
short circuiting, so it's really bad for a while,
Wow.
but then when it finally gets together, you have a new pathway.
Pathway. That's a great way to look at it.
And so
Yeah.
I'm kind of wondering, I've always, there's no way to
Mhm.
prove that, but I've
Right.
always kind of thought of it that way, as, okay, the neurons are just freaking out here, trying
Mhm.
to bear with it. And it can be tough.
Mhm.
It can be a tough challenge to get through those, but
Yeah.
I think if other parents knew that,
Mhm.
that no matter how bad it gets,
Gets.
when they come out the other side, they do seem to get better. And it's not just Andrew, I've seen
Yeah.
other children that do
Likewise.
that.
Yes. Mhm.
If you can hang on to that thought, because sometimes that's all you have to get
Yeah.
through it. I mean,
Yeah.
because, well, you know how desperate it got with us.
I do. You guys had a rough time.
It was a tough time. But
Mhm.
look how awesome he is coming out the
Yeah.
other side.
This is great.
Yeah.
If I show people, I took a
Mhm.
video of him in Children's Hospital when
Mhm.
he had that huge
Right.
relapse. And if you compare that to this,
Mhm.
you wouldn't even believe it was the same child.
I know. Gosh.
You wouldn't. If a doctor only knew Andrew from that incident,
Yeah.
would not recognize this child now.
Right. Right.
Would not.
Yeah. I think this is the best I've ever seen you in.
He is awesome.
Great. Well, thank you guys.
He's maturing a
Yeah, absolutely.
lot.
Yep.
He's really maturing.
Yeah.
And
Thank-
he's trying hard.
Thank you guys so much for coming and
You're
doing this.
welcome.
I really
We
appreciate
had
it.
fun, huh?
Yeah.
All right.
You guys have a great weekend, okay?
Okay.